Welcome to my channel. This video is for a $3 Patriotic Wreath upgrade. If you haven't done so, please subscribe and don't forget to tap that bell for notifications on my uploads and live streams. This wreath I did last year, so I'm just updating it. So if you want to see the original wreath, that's what it looks like on my YouTube channel. So here it is after I've taken all the bad stuff off. And where my wreaths are on my front door, it's covered, but we get birds really bad above our door, so I'm always getting mud and of course bird poop on my stuff, so I have to redo things pretty often. So I'm just taking one roll of this DollarTree 6-inch mesh, and I'm just going to make some loops or bows, poofs, whatever you want to call them. And so the loops are about 6 inches long, just to give you guys kind of an idea of how long they are, and I'm just making 3 of them. And then I'm just going to cut it with scissors. I'm not really caring about how detailed it is or anything. This wreath is for myself, so it doesn't have to be perfect. I don't care about that. I just want to upgrade it a little bit, make it look a little nicer. You can probably tell that white mesh, that was a 10-inch mesh, and it's smashed in some places, just kind of like it's not as poofy as it used to be. So just adding a little bit more mesh is going to give it a nice upgrade and make it poofier. So I'm going to add as many of those as I can with one roll. Of course, you could use more than one roll if you wanted to really upgrade all around. I'm really focusing on a little bit, mostly half of the wreath, a little bit over half, because I've got a long skinny sign that's going to take up the other half, so I don't really have to worry about adding any mesh or anything on that side. So my ribbon spikes were still in great condition. There wasn't anything wrong with them, so I am just reattaching those. And you just want to spread those out and then kind of give them a nice little curve to them too. Just run your hand under the ribbon like I'm doing, and that'll just give them that natural curve. I think I had 5 sets of ribbon spikes on this, so I'm just putting those again on basically one side. You can see I'm going over just a little bit over half of the wreath. And now I'm attaching my sign. I put some cable tie mounts on the back of that sign. I use E6000 glue to make sure that they stay on for a long time. They're sticky, but I'm not going to trust that for a long period of time, so I like to add a little E6000 glue just to make sure that they are going to hold up for a lot longer. Still not a guarantee that it's going to hold up forever, but it's going to be better than anything else. And then after those dry good, you just take a chenille stem and run through there. Very simple. I like to give it a twist. And then after you get both of those on, you are ready to hang it onto your wreath. And it's really best if you wait like 24 hours before hanging it after attaching those. I don't always do that, especially for myself, but that's a good rule of thumb, and it's what I would suggest, because E6000 is slow to dry and your sign could just fall off if you don't give it enough time to dry. So I am just finding gaps in the mesh to run my chenille stems through, because I don't want to go through the mesh. You don't want to stick your chenille stems through the mesh. You want to find gaps between it, and then twist those off and wrap them around the wreath form so it's nice and secure. And I just love that sign. I thought it was so pretty. I love the blue. So it's just really vivid and really adds some color to it. And I'm just kind of adjusting the mesh so I don't want to cover up the sign. You can tell there's a little empty spot over on the other side of the sign, but that's okay. I'm adding some more stuff. These are like foam picks, and the pick on them, the stem, whatever you want to call that, is plastic, and it's almost like a straw, but a little bit thicker than that. It doesn't bend quite as easily as a straw, but that's what they reminded me of. But that foam is going to hold up really well outside, so you don't really have to worry about anything happening to them. And they're lightweight, so it's not going to make your wreath real heavy. And they were colorful and fun, so I really like that. And I'm just taking these small cable ties and securing the stems of those onto the wire wreath form. If you don't have cable ties, just use chenille stems, floral wire, whatever you've got. You can even add a little bit of hot glue to glue them down, but I wouldn't trust just that. I like to secure them on with something like a wire or cable ties. So I'm going to do 3 of these total around the sign, and they just add a fun little element to them. And I know they're cheaper and they bend and stuff, but actually that was nice that they bent so easily because it was easy to secure it to the wreath form. Now that I've got those on, I had a bow too on the original wreath, and I had to throw away 2 layers of the bow, but the top layer was still in good condition. This little metal sign, it had 2 parts to it, and I had separated them and attached them separately, but the top part was messed up or kind of not tarnished, it was rusty and stuff, so I had to throw that part away. So I just reattached the star. The star's kind of faded, but it still looked pretty good. And then I'm just going to attach what's left of my bow over to that side. And you could buy more ribbon and make, you know, another bow or spikes and stuff if you needed to, but I was lucky I didn't have to do much to this to completely give it a whole new look, make it look better, and I think it's super cute. And like I said, I only spent $3 to upgrade it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it inspired you. Please subscribe, share, comment, like. Please be kind with your comments, and please be kind to others, and happy crafting, everyone.